Because it's not a party, it's a protest and a demonstration.
Hey,
it's a long way.
It still happens, and we will be blind and stupid to not look to the reality in the eyes and know that queer people are being attacked every single day.
Hi, welcome back to my show On Air with Ocean, Too Gay and Today with Judy LaDivina. We are at episode...
I don't count, bitch. I don't count.
It's so hot here in Berlin and we are melting, so we gotta need an AC, do we?
We better have an AC.
Oh yeah, we forgot that the fan is still on.
Let's leave it on.
No. Judy, it's wonderful to have you here again.
Clean your...
Clean my teeth. My teeth are still like...
Slightly.
Again.
Just a bit. You can eat your lipstick. Come on. You've eaten worse. It's okay. There's not gonna be...
We're in July now and Pride Month is over. Pride Month was in June. Well, let's talk about Pride.
Let's talk about Pride.
What do you think about Pride Month?
First, for me, Pride is never just a month.
Yeah.
Also, we live in Berlin, so in Berlin, Pride is actually in July, which just means you sweat twice as hard. It's like, what, 17,000 degrees outside right now? I think it should be a whole year.
Yeah.
I think this year in particular, because there's a lot of straight propaganda in the street. I don't know if you've watched it. There's somewhat of football games or whatever it is that they do. It looks like all the straights are out in the streets, and I feel very attacked. So please, if you can take all of that and move it aside. But other than that, I love Pride Month.
Yeah.
I love Pride everything. Why not?
It's amazing we always see our Pride flags on companies.
I don't really care about that. The only thing that makes me really happy in Pride Month is that I see all of my gorgeous queer siblings having a cause for celebration. Sometimes there are so many events and everybody's allowing themselves to express their queerness. And for that, I really appreciate Pride Months because it gives us this push of like, yes, this is your time, go out and shine.
Yes.
Now we need to take that and translate it to the rest of the year.
And we also have to say that like at Pride, there's not just like queer people walking.
No.
Like, of course, there's like straight allies walking with us. And it's important that you are walking with us because you're showing support and you're showing that you stand up for each other. Because it's not a party, it's a protest and a demonstration.
Absolutely. A demonstration of love. I really appreciate when I see people from different communities joining the ride. I don't exclude the straights from the queer community. I think you can be queer straight and it's fine. Yeah. Queerness has nothing to do with sexual orientation. I believe Pride is a demonstration not just for our right to exist, but also to celebrate who we are, not being hidden somewhere. And I also appreciate the hot straights who are coming to Pride. They're rather curious. And you know that I took it as a personal duty to myself and to Lord Beyonce to convert as many straight guys as possible. So if you're straight and you're watching.
Don't you say that always at your shows?
I do, and they write.
When do you have shows?
When do I have shows? Actually, I'm on a break now. I don't have shows.
Wednesdays usually, or was it?
Every Wednesday, every Monday, sometimes much, much more. And also I'm cooking very, very, very interesting projects coming your way.
Like this one.
I said interesting.
Whatever, I have a new show every Thursday now because I don't want to have the same night as you have. Because it's almost like in the same area and yes. But if you come to Berlin, watch Judy's shows, go on her Instagram and check where her shows are at. And I have a weekly show now. It's called On Air with Ocean Live.
Yes, mama.
3, 2, 1, go.
Thank you to our commentator Garo from the backstage.
The level of delusion is real in this room.
Well, we're having our AC and everything's fine. It's cool in here. That's why I don't need this fan.
Then give it to me, bitch.
Tell me about your first Pride experience and when you got into knowing something about Pride.
When I got to know something about Pride, I think I was rather young when I learned that there is such a thing as gay pride. Yeah. It was almost in correlation with the time I came out to my parents. But I think my coming out vision was not as successful, and somehow I came out, but then I was pushed back into the closet, and I started to develop this kind of like love-hate relationship with pride, because I know why it's there and I know it's so important, but I never felt like I'm fitting in. And I think that was only a reflection to the love-hate relationship I had with myself. After moving to Berlin and giving myself the opportunity for a rebirth, my first pride experience was here in Berlin, and it was so overwhelming and so inspiring to actually experience it, because I got so many false facts about what pride is and what it's all about. So I think it's very important to research our history, learn where and why pride started, and then look at what it is now, and be very proud of ourselves for being able to shift a movement, an important riot, into such a beautiful celebration. So it's very important to remember that with great power comes great responsibility, so we can lift our heads up from our cell phones, no matter which app. Taimi, I know you're there. You're trying to catch them cute guys, and remember that we are here for a reason, and we owe our existence in many ways to all of the amazing and incredible, fierce and fearless drag queens, trans people, people of color who paved the way for us to be living in such a generation where we can sit in front of camera and talk about our experience of pride and planning our next celebration. It means a lot, because I think I was not born into a generation with cell phone where everything is so accessible.
Yeah.
So it means a lot, and we need to protect it. It always needs to come in a context of demonstrating for the right thing to do, because most prides are happening in big capital cities where most of us are very privileged to enjoy a rather, let's say, progressive lifestyle. Even here in Berlin, if we travel 20 minutes to each direction, it's not as safe to be visibly queer.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important, and that's why we should do more and more of it.
Yeah.
And invite the straight people. Again. Yeah, they have kids. We have, you know what.
I love when I see like families at their windows with their children and looking down at the pride. It's wonderful to see.
It is.
May I ask you about your experience in Israel with pride?
I've never experienced Israel Pride. Like, I've never been to Tel Aviv Pride.
Okay.
During Pride, usually I used to stay in my home north of Israel and watch it on TV. My only Pride experience, the moment I felt proud and visible, was when I saw Dana International. Every time I see Dana International, because she made her way to the mainstream of the media there. A trans person celebrated. For me, that was a life-changing moment.
Yeah.
First time I've seen a queer person, a trans person, being celebrated in a national context. I am removing myself from the national context, but as a child, it changed my life up till the day. Again, I think the celebration is not the important part. The important part is how, by showing up, by being visible, we make sure that all of our siblings within the queer community can walk in the same streets during the year and be safe and not feeling excluded. That is the meaning.
Yeah. And it's the goal to be the whole year around your people and be as queer as you want to be the person as you want to be, and not getting beaten up. And it's a long way.
It still happens, and we will be blind and stupid to not look to the reality in the eyes and know that queer people are being attacked every single day just because of who they are.
Yes.
We've been there, and I'm sure people who are watching us has been there. So,
and I can give a reminder back to episode 8 with Gloria Viagra, where she's talking about that she got beaten up at Treptower Park here in Berlin at day.
The point is that we're still exposed, and haters will always be there. Learn how to protect yourself, babes. I feel like it's a matter of character. Some people, when there's crisis, are being frozen and paralyzed. That used to be me in my past. And some people are getting like, let's go for it. Stay together, protect each other. Don't hesitate to have whatever it takes to feel safe. For me, walking around the street with pepper spray helps me, because I know it's there. I'm never using it, but I know it's there. And there's something in the confidence that it gives me that allows me to take the challenge.
Yeah, the same for me is like when I feel safe is when I'm surrounded by my people. Like with my people, I mean my friends other queer people. That's what I mean with my people.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Like when they know how to react when a situation like that happens. And this is still why we need Pride and why it shouldn't be just one day. Why Pride Month shouldn't be just 1 month. We should have Pride the whole year to show visibility, as you said, to show that we're here and that we need to be treated as you want to be treated.
As we deserve. It's not about as you want to be treated. It's about as we deserve. I would cancel Pride for the whole year. I don't have time or patience to paint every day of the year. But I would be very happy with Pride Month and putting Pride into the educational system. That's where the future is.
Yes.
I was very happy and lucky to be invited to talk in a school last month.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that was such an overwhelming experience because I was so afraid of like approaching kids and how will they treat a drag creature. And they were so tolerant and so accepting and so curious and such a bright smile in their eyes. And this is what we need to put our effort towards. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about showing up to the party and demonstrate our power and our love and everything we stand for, but also making sure that we are putting enough effort into educating the people around us and especially the younger generation.
Yes.
That's, yeah. And bring your mama to a drag show.
It's wonderful to bring family to drag shows and they're like, cool.
You know, when my mom came to see my first drag show, she was very like,
yes,
very, very hesitated.
Yeah.
She didn't know what to do. And after she saw the whole show and she saw the audience and the entire vibe that was in the room, she told me afterwards, you know, when I rejected you coming out, I did it from a place of I wanted to protect you. I was very concerned that by saying I am gay, you are dooming yourself for a life of loneliness and suffering and being excluded from society. And after being in a drag show, after thankfully being in my drag show, she saw what our community is all about.
Yeah.
She told me she realized that the queer community is about love and that I should highlight my eyes more.
Well, my mom said when she was at your drag show, afterwards she said, oh yeah, I like understood again why it's so important to have safe spaces. And you just felt the energy in the room and you were just feeling safe. Like if anyone in this room would be, let's say, just an idiot, there's the door.
Yeah, absolutely. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Yes, safe space is beyond valuable to have, but not only to have, but also to protect.
Yes.
I think that, again, as a part of being like, want to be inclusive, especially in Pride months, not in COVID year maybe, but before and definitely after, you see during Pride months and summer, and actually every single time of the year, a lot of places want to be like, look at me, I'm good, I'm progressive, join us, and put the pride flag or calling themselves queer spaces, which is not necessarily the fact. The fact is that if you want to be a queer space, you need to protect every single body inside, and queer is not held by a taboo with the gay community. No, ma'am. We need to make sure that every single person, every single body feels safe, welcomed, and seen within the queer space.
Yes.
And for me, this is something that we all as a community need to put the spotlight on. If you call yourself queer, but you hold men-only entrance at the door,
Yes.
no, bitch, you're not queer, you're gay.
Yeah.
Get over it. I'm not going to support something like that.
Yeah.
Wherever my trans siblings are not welcomed, I don't want to be. Wherever my lesbian sisters are not welcome, I don't want to be.
Definitely.
Wherever my bisexual siblings are not welcome, I am not going to be. And also queer straights, again, here I see you. And not just because I think you're hot, it's because you bring kids and then we'll educate them. But I mean it. It's about owning the space.
Yes.
In that, we have a lot of work to do as a community because it's not always the case. And a lot of queer bodies would feel unsafe, even in a safe queer space.
And I can remind you again to watch the documentary of Judy LaDivina because you're talking about topics like that in your documentary.
I am.
And it's important to talk about this, and that's why we're here. Is there anything you want to highlight except your highlighter in
My
your cheeks?
face.
Yeah.
I want to highlight you, the audience, every single queer soul that took a second to watch this, because I think in the past year we've all did a lot of online work.
Yes.
and we got ourselves exposed to a lot of reactions and comments and ideas and love, mostly love, but also hate. And all of you homophobics watching, hi.
Thanks for watching until here.
Thank you for watching until here.
And now watch the previous 10 episodes.
Oh yeah,
Because
absolutely.
there has been a few. And this is the third time you being here. And not the last time.
What I wanted to say to all of the homophobics and all of the transphobics and all of whatever phobia you invented because this is too fierce for you to handle, we see you. We're not going to answer with more hate towards you. You can spare yourself the time and energy of writing down or sending hates towards us because that ain't going to break us. The only thing we can offer you is come closer. Look how bright, look how much love we have, not only on this channel, but in every other queer existence around the world, and join the revolution. And if you don't have something nice to say, then please don't say it at all because it's just useless. It's not going to work.
There's nothing to add, but
That's it.
add and follow Judy on Instagram, YouTube, OnlyFans, wherever you are.
Just don't follow me home. My boyfriend doesn't like it.
Follow Taimi up, subscribe to this channel, comment down below everything you love. And also follow me on Instagram.
You should. She's cute.
I am. That's what she said. Come to our shows, support us, and we're gonna see us next time on episode 12. See you soon.
Bye, bitch.
And cut.
And she's leaving.